It's the Binge Bum Podcast. Whoa, it's time to talk about our favorite shows from all the streaming networks all across the globe, from Netflix to Hulu to Disney Plus and HBO. Get ready for fun and lots of show reviews. It's Binge Bum coming to you.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Binge Bum Podcast. It's Dale and Scott.
I'm Scott.
You took a long time to chime in there.
I was trying to think of something funny to say, but
Yeah. So we are off next week. So
the horror.
we have just a tiny bit of an extended episode for this week.
Yeah.
Mainly because, not only because we're off, because this would have happened anyway, but the Emmy nominations came out.
That's right.
And of course, just like last year, streaming it's taken over, man.
It's really dominating, and it's giving the broadcast networks a run for their money.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited. We'll watch this. This is the fun one, right? You always say there was a fun one.
I've been kind of disillusioned by the Oscars. We still tend to tune into the music ones, like the Grammys and the AMC, the American Music Awards, and those because they're fun and they have entertainment. These not as excited about, but now that it's more about streaming, and that's what our world is now, maybe we'll tune in. Plus, did you know that the broadcast will not only be on NBC live, but you can also watch it on Peacock if you're a Peacock member. Yeah, and you can stream it anytime, live or after the fact.
Right. And the one thing that I like about the Emmys is, unlike the Oscars, you've probably seen some of these.
Right, exactly. We've talked about that a lot on our other show.
Right.
In recent years, the Oscars have been all about movies that no one has seen.
Right.
Art house type, Cannes Film Festival type things that people aren't watching.
And we'll talk more about this as it gets closer, but I can't remember the date, but it's in mid-August, where people like you and I can actually go to the Emmys website and actually make a fan vote for lots of these.
Nice.
So that's always fun. Well, I didn't do, the PDF was 50 pages. So I only wrote down, I feel like I got the good ones out of the way.
There's a lot.
Yeah. So
we're just doing some highlights. If you want the whole list, you can go to you can go to the Emmy site. You can go to Entertainment Weekly. They've got a great list. Yeah, it's all on there.
So up first, we have Outstanding Lead Actor in a Comedy Series. And, we have Michael Douglas from The Kaminsky Method on Netflix, and Jason Sudeikis, Ted Lasso on Apple TV+.
I like this. I like this a lot.
We just finished Kaminsky Method. It just came out not that long ago. We binged it pretty much.
Yeah, it ended really well, and I was excited. They're up against Anthony Anderson on Blackish. Also, William H. Macy for the last season of Shameless. So they're going up against some of the cable networks too. Guess who else is in there, Joe? Lead actor in a comedy series, Kenan Thompson for Kenan.
I know. On SNL. I was going to put that in here as a little star. I was like, I'm not getting him started on that.
If you guys,
not on this show.
If you guys listen to the Swish Edition, which is our other show, I hate Kenan Thompson with a white hot passion. Just because he's just not talented, and I cannot believe he was nominated for. Now, but granted, I have never seen his sitcom Kenan, which is separate from his SNL stuff.
I have not.
I only know him from his 58 years on SNL. Okay, go on. I will stop.
So, Outstanding Lead Actor in a Drama Series is, I believe, is this Reggie Jean Page? Is that how you say his first name?
Yes, he was the breakout star.
Yeah, for Bridgerton for Netflix, and Josh O'Connor on The Crown for Netflix.
Yeah, The Crown has been huge for Netflix. It's one of their top series, and of course, Bridgerton has broken all records and was already renewed for 3 more seasons.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, though, even though Reggie Jean is up for lead actor in a drama series for Bridgerton, he's not going to be in Bridgerton anymore.
No.
So if he wins, it'll be a crown, something for him. But he's left the series. He's not going to be in it anymore, which is kind of follows the books because he is not a big part of the rest of the books. Yeah.
But we liked him a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series. Nominations are Kaylee Cuoco for The Flight Attendant on HBO Max, and our favorite, Jean Smart, Hacks, HBO Max.
Let me tell you. I love both of these women, and I think both of them should win. But if I had to pick, got to pick Jean Smart because her character in Hacks, she just
It's pretty great.
She really blew it out of the park. Now, she's also up against another Blackish actress who I love to death and I follow on Instagram, Tracy Ellis Ross, Diana Ross's
Another
daughter.
Blackish actress.
Another Blackish star, because I just mentioned that what's his name is also up for
Gotcha.
comedy series,
Okay.
right? Yeah, star. It's right in front of my eyes.
It's a lot to go through.
Yeah. Anthony Anderson, I mentioned
there you
for
go.
Blackish, who plays her husband on the show. So, and she's thrilled to be up against Jean Smart, and she actually thinks Jean Smart should win, even though she's up in the same category.
I'd like to see that.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I think that's really great.
Outstanding lead actress in a drama series, 2 nominations: Olivia Colman and Emma Corrin on The Crown at Netflix, and Elizabeth Moss in The Handmaid's Tale on Hulu.
Yeah, Handmaid's Tale has been huge for Hulu. And is it over? Was this the final season, or is there going to be more of that? Do we know?
I don't think we know yet.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there is nothing in lead actress drama series. There's nothing broadcast. It's all streamers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outstanding supporting actor in a comedy series. Nominations include Carl Clemens Hopkins. He was the, not assistant, that doesn't sound right, because towards the end he became like CEO of the company. But for Hacks on HBO Max. Mm-hmm. Paul Reiser, who came in on the 3rd season of the Kaminsky Method on Netflix. I like that nomination.
Yes.
And Ted Lasso has a lot. Nominations include Brett Goldstein, Brendan Hunt, Nick Mohammed, and Jeremy Swift, all for Ted Lasso.
Wow, Ted Lasso is really blowing it up at Apple TV Plus. It's been renewed, right? Second season's out now, and who knows if we're gonna get more of that?
I hope so.
Yeah, excited about this category, and amazingly, in the same category, Kenan Thompson for Saturday Night Live.
Outstanding supporting actress in a comedy series is going to go to Rosie Perez in The Flight Attendant on HBO Max. Hannah Endenbinder, who played opposite of Jean Smart in Hacks on HBO Max. And Juno Temple and Hannah Waddingham on Ted Lasso on Apple TV Plus.
So basically, the entire cast of Ted Lasso has been nominated.
Right?
Yeah, that's pretty great.
Yeah.
And all the women from Saturday Night Live are also in that same category. My pick on this one is Rosie Perez for Flight Attendant.
I liked her in this.
She was so good. It's a small part,
right?
But she was really, really good in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
We'll find out.
Right.
I mean, the chick that Hannah on Hacks, she was pretty good too.
Yes.
And to go up against a veteran like Jean Smart, she held her own.
Yeah.
So that was good.
And the last 2 that categories that we picked out, outstanding comedy series nominations include Cobra Kai on Netflix, Emily in Paris on Netflix, The Flight Attendant, HBO Max, Hacks, HBO Max, The Kaminsky Method on Netflix, Pen 15 on Hulu, and Ted Lasso on Apple TV Plus.
Wow. I mean, it literally is all streaming.
All about Ted Lasso, man. They're up.
And surprisingly, and not surprisingly, they're up against Blackish on ABC.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be one of these. If I had to pick, man, The Flight Attendant was so good, and so was Hacks.
It was.
Convincing Method was good. I don't know if it's a best winner.
Right.
I'd probably go with Hacks.
Yeah.
I mean, Hacks is really original. It's fresh.
We really, really enjoyed that
Really
series.
enjoyed it and cannot wait for it to come back.
And finally, outstanding drama series nominations include Bridgerton on Netflix, The Crown, Netflix, The Handmaid's Tale on Hulu, and The Mandalorian on Disney Plus.
Oh,
hands down Mandalorian on that.
Listen,
one right
you either love it or hate it, but I think The Mandalorian is just one of the best things that's been out for a long time.
Man, I mean, when you watch that, it's like watching a feature film every single week.
Really. For sure.
I mean, you don't get that much quality in a series like that.
Yeah. And these great shows, all of them, I love. I mean, I've watched them all, love them all. They're up against This Is Us, NBC's super soapy drama, which I could never get into. It's basically a nighttime soap opera.
Yeah. I feel like that's run its course. Like, I knew they were like big winners last year. I feel like it's run its.
Well, it has run its course because this next season is going to be the last.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on to some Discovery Plus news. The new lifestyle network from Chip and Joanna Gaines is finally here. First announced back in 2018, the Magnolia Network officially launched yesterday on Discovery Plus with more than 150 hours of programming. I went on there earlier today. Man, do they have they had their work cut out over the last year, and I think actually the pandemic helped them.
Yeah, it gave them time to really get a lot of these productions just right.
Right, because this was supposed to be here last summer.
Exactly.
So
everything was put on hold.
Yeah.
But they really churned it out. Now, what's happening here is that they're previewing it basically on Discovery Plus between now and January, and then they will become their own network on basic cable,
right,
starting in January.
But the network will still stay on Discovery Plus.
Oh, good. So you'll be able to get the content in both places. I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah. So if you actually go to the Discovery Plus app, there's there's little bubbles at the bottom. One's for HDTV, one's for Food Network on that one. And then there's one for
Magnolia Network.
Network.
I like that. They're taking over the DIY network, which will be turning over to Magnolia. Oh, it's huge.
It can't be easy to start a network.
And Joanna has said, I just read an article yesterday that Joanna is really excited about her food show where she cooks because that's really her number one passion, even though she's really good at decorating and home renovation. But that's her number one thing.
Is it Magnolia Table?
Yeah.
I think that's it.
So what are some of the shows?
Well, some of the highlights, new shows that are coming to the network. I picked out a few here that I thought would be fun to watch. Number one is Restoration Road with Clint Harp, and this is where Clint Harp searches America for historical structures needing restoration.
There's probably a lot of those.
Super Dad, which features the DIY expert Taylor Calmus, who helps dads realize their kids' backyard dreams.
Okay.
Van Gogh. Brett Lewis creatively renovates vans into tiny homes on the road.
This is all the rage right now.
We just saw
all the rage.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, no more than two people should be in a van,
or maybe even just one.
Right.
But you have to be very, very close. But the things that they can do in such a small size. We saw that show. We talked about it last week.
You're right.
It's amazing what you can fit into the back of a van.
Yeah, and stupidly, I spend too much time like on the TikToks and the Instagrams, but it's a new thing of these young kids, meaning 16, 17, 18 to 21, who are buying vans and buses and turning them into like RVs and hitting the road.
That's really cool.
So
yeah.
The last one that I wanted to point out was First Time Fixer, and this is first time house renovators take their dreams into their own hands. So this is people who are starting the house turnover process. What's that called? Flipping.
Flipping. Yeah. I've thought many times of getting into the flipping business, and when you watch these shows like on HGTV and Discovery and all these different, you think that you can do it.
Right.
It's a lot harder than it looks.
It is.
It really is.
It's hard.
It's a gamble. Doesn't mean you're going to make a lot of money.
That's right. Moving on over to Peacock, rocker turned filmmaker Rob Zombie has confirmed on social media that after 20 years of waiting, he's finally got the rights to produce a new Munsters film.
I'm so excited about this.
The new adaptation will be for Universal's 1440 Entertainment, which means that it's rumored that it's going to be on Peacock.
Yes.
If you don't know, Rob Zombie is known for horror thrillers such as House of a Thousand Corpses, The Devil's Rejects, and 2 of the Halloween reboots.
That's right.
Can he pull off a comedy film? I don't know.
Does it have to be a comedy film?
I don't know. Are you going to make the Munsters go and eat little kids?
I don't know about that, but you could take those characters and take them into a different direction. The Munsters was an amazing sitcom in the 60s,
something like that,
black and white.
Right.
There were some follow-up movies in the 70s that were in color. I remember those very clearly. It's still one I think the show holds up. I think it's a great show.
It's funny.
It's a fun show. I would love to see what he's going to do with it.
I think you need to lean into its roots more than taking them on a whole new direction. I think you're going to lose people. I don't know.
There was a great pilot that was made about 10 years ago. Jeez, I'm trying to remember the guy that played the main character, Herman Munster. It's right on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, it was a great pilot. It didn't get picked up, but they showed it once on TV.
Yeah. And
I wish I could find it because it was really good. And I don't understand why I didn't go to series. But anyway, I will. I'll think about who starred in it in a minute.
All right, moving on over to Netflix. Charlize Theron made a big announcement this past Monday confirming that Netflix is eyeing an Atomic Blonde 2. Theron said that they took the project to Scott Stuber, the head of original films at Netflix, and that he was really, really interested in it, so much so that they are in the process of writing it. I love this. It's going to be great. Do you remember?
Why are you saying everything 3 times?
I know. Do you remember the soundtrack to the original Atomic Blonde?
Oh, it was wonderful because it took place.
Awesome.
It was all the 80s music that I love so much that I grew up with.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's no indication of where the sequel is going to go. This is, incredibly early. I just like that Netflix is interested.
Yeah, I'm very excited about this. I've said this till I'm blue in the face. I love movies where girls kick ass.
Yeah.
So, and Charlize Theron can kick ass. So, this is going to be really good. While you were talking about this, I just want to go back and say that it was Eddie Izzard that was in the 2012 pilot that was made. It was called Mockingbird Lane, which is, of course, where the monsters lived.
Right.
Jerry O'Connor and Portia de Rossi were in it too, but it did not go forward. So anyway, if you get a chance to watch it, I thought it was pretty good.
A shame.
Yeah. You got more Netflix news.
Oh, yeah, I do. One of the most anticipated movies of the year is Netflix's Red Notice, and we finally have confirmation of a release date. It's going to be Friday, November 12th, so it's coming out for the holidays. The film will star Dwayne Johnson as an FBI profiler, Ryan Reynolds as a con man, and Gal Gadot.
Godot.
No, I've heard her. I was waiting for you to correct me, but that's not how you say it. I listened to the trailer, and that's how she says her name, Gal Gadot, as an art thief. Anyway.
Wow.
This is Netflix's most expensive film to date with a budget of $200 million. Dwayne Johnson, Ryan Reynolds, and Gal Gadot are reported to make over $20 million each for the film. Yeah,
for a streaming movie,
right?
Well, you got 3 of Hollywood's biggest stars in there, right from the start. I don't know how Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson finds time to do everything that he does because he seems to be on TV and in movies constantly. I mean, he hosts a game show. He's working out in the gym 80 times a day.
Right.
He's in the new Jungle Book. The Jungle Cruise movie. I mean, he's in everything. Man, I love that Tower movie. Remember that Tower movie he was in? The one that was on fire?
Skyscraper, I think it was called.
I love that movie.
Moving on, Netflix signs a new multi-year deal with Shonda Rhimes' production company, Shondaland. You know her. She's behind Netflix's historical drama Bridgerton, as well as ABC's Grey's Anatomy and Scandal. The new deal is said to go beyond television and into film, gaming, merchandising, virtual reality, and live events. So that's a lot.
Yeah, she's becoming she's taking over all the realms.
Exactly.
I'm not surprised. Everything she touched basically turns to gold.
Yeah.
So she did amazing things at ABC, not only Grey's Anatomy, but Scandal, but she also did How to Get Away with Murder for them. And now, of course, Bridgerton, which is one of Netflix's hugest shows. So, she's doing really, really well.
She's doing well.
They want to make sure she doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, because I read that Netflix pulled her from Disney.
Right.
So,
yeah,
good for Netflix. Moving on, Bloomberg first reported Wednesday that Netflix is looking to get into the gaming industry, and we just said this with the Shondaland, that her deal is going into gaming as well. They've hired former executives from Electronic Arts and Facebook to lead the efforts. The company has said that it doesn't currently plan to charge extra for the new content, and that the games will basically live right inside the Netflix app alongside all of its movies and films. We're expected to see games sometime 2022. I don't know how it's going to work, but it's coming.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a gamer, so I don't give a crap about this. I don't know why they would do this. I guess they want to get more. I mean, they already have over 200 million subscribers. I don't know how many more they can possibly get. Maybe they want to get the gaming people too.
There you go.
We'll find out.
Moving on to Amazon Prime news. Due to the overwhelming response to the sci-fi action film Tomorrow War, Amazon is said to be in discussions on development of a sequel. Additionally, the director, screenwriter, and stars of the first film are also said to be involved.
It's a love or hate thing. So I was talking to someone yesterday who I was talking about streaming, and I was talking about all the things that we're watching, and I mentioned the Tomorrow War, and this chick I was talking to was like, "Oh my God, that's the worst movie I've seen in years." And I'm like, what? I thought it was fun.
I did too.
Yeah, what did I give it? 3.5 or 4 stars? I mean,
4 bums, 3.5 bums.
There you go, bums, not stars. Yeah, it's not going to win any awards.
No,
but it was fun. It's a fun action movie like Independence Day.
Right.
I mean, it's not serious drama.
Right.
It's an action film, and
Some
it's
things
supposed
are just
to be
fun to watch.
Right. And we did agree that it was a little long, because you even said it was a little long.
Yeah.
But of course they're going to make a sequel. It made so much money. It was reported that 2.5 million people watched it, right? On the first 3 days.
Correct.
Which makes it the #1 film in streaming for Amazon. So that was good.
Huge.
Yeah. And I'm sure a lot more people have watched it since then, because 2.5 million doesn't seem like that many.
No, it doesn't. And especially when the film was released to 15 countries.
Yeah.
But this is only looking at U.S. households.
And it was also in theaters.
Yes, it was.
So they also made...
But the numbers, this 2.4 million U.S. households, that's just for U.S. streaming, not theater.
Not including anybody else or
not
theaters.
including anyone else. So it's obviously going to be much bigger than that. Disney Plus news: Disney has renewed Loki for a second season. The announcement was made midway through the credits of the season 1 finale, when Loki's case file is branded with a stamp. Loki will return in season 2.
Well,
this is
clever.
This is a cool way to announce a second season.
I think it is. Absolutely.
Yeah. And you can, if you just search for it, go online and search for it, you can actually see the picture taken from the finale, and be able to see it. It's kind of fun.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Well, Disney always has fun with their stuff, doesn't they?
Exactly.
Hey, I'm excited about this. So every now and then we are going to talk about our new discoveries, but they're not new.
They're not new. We just stumble upon them.
They're things that are not coming out right now. They're not brand new. They're not things that you should be watching right now, but they're things that you may have overlooked.
Right.
One of them is a show that we discovered that we didn't know when it came out. It's on Netflix. It debuted a couple years ago in 2019. It's called Soundtrack. Here's the tagline: Love, loss, and transformative luck intersect in the musical drama about 2 struggling artists experiencing life at full volume in Los Angeles.
That's a great line.
I love that, right? And I watched the trailer. You can, guys, we'll put the trailer up on our Binge Bum Facebook page. But it basically looks like a stylized MTV music video with a plot.
Right.
Yeah.
It looks really well made.
I think it looks really well made. So excited about this. And the person behind it, one of the people behind it, is Gossip Girl showrunner Joshua Safran. Of course, we talked about Gossip Girl last week because it's a new show that's been rebooted for HBO Max. Yes. He was involved in it a couple years ago for Netflix, and so that was kind of fun. He was also the showrunner for NBC's Smash, which was on for 2 years. He loves musical stuff, so this made sense that he went from Smash to Soundtrack. And it has a couple of people in it I really like. Madeline Stowe, who has been around for a while. She was in Stakeout. Remember that movie?
I do.
Yeah, I love that movie. She's been in a bunch of things, obviously. And then Campbell Scott, who was in the final season, or second to final season of House of Cards.
Right.
Yeah, he was so good in that. I mean, he's been in a million things, but that's the most recent thing I remember. Anyway, Soundtrack is a newly discovered show. We're going to watch it. It's now on our list of stuff to watch. It's available on Netflix.
Yeah, check out the trailer. It's fun.
Yeah, and I think there's 10
episodes.
Yeah.
New shows are coming your way. It's coming soon.
We have a few things that we're excited about that are coming soon over the next month and a week.
Okay.
The first one, we've talked about it. We're excited about it. I don't think a lot of people are more excited as we are, but we're talking about the second season of Outer Banks coming to Netflix July 30th.
Yes, very excited about this one. The first season was so good, even though it didn't take place in the Outer Banks.
No.
It took place in South Carolina.
Yeah.
Not North Carolina, but that's okay.
Right, but the one thing that makes this more exciting is, so this is going to drop July 30th. Netflix just posted a trailer like yesterday.
Yeah.
Because we haven't seen a trailer for this new season. New season looks awesome.
It looks
amazing.
Really good. It's really good. So if you guys don't know, they're basically on a treasure hunt, these kids.
Exactly.
They're supposed to be kids, but they're They're probably in their mid to
Mid-20s.
upper 20s.
Right.
Yeah, that's the way they always do it on TV and movies.
Yeah.
But anyway, it looks really good. It's going to be fun. And they drop it all at once, right? So you can binge it.
Yeah.
Just like
so
you're
whatever.
supposed to.
So whatever we're in the middle of, we're probably going to drop everything and just watch that because I think we're both really excited about that.
Yeah, because we're in the middle of so many things right now.
Yeah.
But that's just the way of our lives. So
Exactly.
excited about that.
On August 13th, Apple TV Plus is going to debut their new film Coda. As a Coda, which means child of deaf adults. Ruby is the only hearing person in her deaf family. When the family's fishing business is threatened, Ruby finds herself torn between pursuing her love of music and her fear of abandoning her parents.
It looks good. It's a drama. It has music in it, and basically, so she's a really talented singer.
Yes,
and her parents and her brother, I believe,
right.
They're all deaf.
Deaf.
They don't understand. They just don't understand her passion for music because they can't hear it.
Right.
You know, she wants to go off and pursue her dreams, but they really need her.
Right, because she's the only
one that can hear.
Right.
Yeah.
So she's kind of like their right arm, and she's scared to go and pursue this whole thing. I think this is going to be great.
Yeah, I actually kind of teared up a little bit in the preview. We'll put that up on our Facebook page also this week. It premieres both on Apple TV Plus on August 13th, but it will also be in select theaters around the country on that same day, which is not something I thought that Apple TV did. So they must have a deal with somebody. I don't know who's distributing it for them.
I'm only assuming they're doing this for award season.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, why? I mean, at this point, why else?
Well, and it does have an Academy Award-winning actress in it, Marlee Matlin, who is deaf in real life, plays Ruby's mother, and she's amazing.
She's been in a lot of things. You probably don't know her by name, but you know her face.
Oh,
You've
know
definitely
her.
Seen
She's
her.
been in a million things. Plus, if you guys ever watched the Showtime's The L Word, she was in that. She's been in everything, and of course, she always plays a deaf person. And she was on West Wing.
That's right.
Yeah, she's been in lots of stuff.
Yeah.
She's the go-to deaf actress in Hollywood.
Well, she's really good though.
Well, she's a very talented actress.
Yeah.
That's right.
Last on our list, August 20th, Netflix is going to drop Sweet Girl. This is about a devastated husband played by Jason Momoa who vows to bring justice to the people responsible for his wife's death while protecting the only family he has left, his daughter, played by Isabella Merced.
Again, just like we were talking about...
Action-packed.
Right. Just like we were talking about Dwayne The Rock Johnson earlier and how he seems to be everywhere all the time. Jason Momoa is also everywhere all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, these people must go from movie to movie to movie to movie. I mean, they're
I know.
constantly working.
I know.
But this looks good. It does look action-packed. There's a scene on a New York subway, which looks very exciting. So...
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yeah, August 20th this comes out. It's a movie on Netflix. So excited about that.
We're gonna tell you what to watch this week. It's time for Up Next.
All right, here's our list for this week. What we believe that you should be watching this weekend.
That's right.
And for the next 2 weeks, because we are off next week.
Listen to us.
Yes. Up first, dropping today on Peacock is Dr. Death. We talked about this. This is your favorite person, Pacey.
Oh, right.
This is neurosurgeon Robert Henderson and vascular surgeon Randall Kirby set out to stop the brilliant but sociopathic Dr. Christopher Dunch, whose patients leave his operating room either permanently maimed or dead. That's a lot to say.
I know. And I don't know that we need to know all their names, but basically this is a hospital drama where one doctor is they're suspected of killing his patients.
Exactly.
There you go. It's got a lot of great people in it. Joshua Jackson's in there.
Yes.
Some Frazier.
Right.
What's his name? Frazier.
I can't think of his name right now.
There's a bunch of good people in there.
Also dropping today on Netflix is the third part of the anthology series Fear Street. This is part 3, which is titled 1666.
Yeah, it takes place way long ago.
Yeah, won't get into that. We've talked about it for the last 2 weeks. This is the last installment.
And it's funny because I was talking to my sister about this, and my sister and my niece and nephew were eating this show up. They love it. You and I couldn't get into it.
No, but didn't she also say that they also agreed with us about the first installment and that the second one was
much better.
Much better.
Yeah, so maybe we need to stick with things a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Now, here's one that I want to talk about, and I've been trying to get you to watch this with me. I want us to sit down and watch it because I'm very excited about it. Schmigadoon is coming to Apple TV Plus today, July 16th. Hey, there's a couple. They're on a backpacking trip, and they discover a magical town in which everyone acts like they're in a musical from the 1940s. And they're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And guess what? They can't get out.
Right.
Unless they find true love.
They find true love, exactly.
Great cast.
I love it. They're funny.
Christian Chenoweth's in there and some really great people. And it looks really good. It's a series, which surprised me. It seems like it should just be a movie. I want to check it out. And will you at least watch the first one
of
to
course.
see if you can? I know
yes.
I know. I was trying to get you to watch Central Park with me, the cartoon, but you said, "Oh God, it's a musical. I don't want to watch that."
You don't know how bad I hate musicals.
All right, but we're gonna.
I will watch this. Yes.
All right. So after dinner tonight,
yeah,
let's sit down and watch a little bit of Schmigadoon.
There you go.
All right.
The big film on our list this week, dropping also today on HBO Max, is Space Jam: A New Legacy. A rogue artificial intelligence kidnaps the son of a famed basketball player, played by LeBron James.
Imagine that.
Who then has to work with Bugs Bunny to win a basketball game.
Yeah, it's mostly exactly like the first one.
Exactly. This is going to be available for 31 days after it debuts. And remember that HBO added a ad tier to this.
Right.
These day and date that we've been talking about throughout this whole season of our show, these are now only going to be available on the ad-free tier. So you got to pay more.
Right. And Space Jam: A New Legacy is also available in theaters across the country. If you guys want to get out and watch it, you can watch it on the big screen.
There you
and
go.
If you think you missed something, then you go home and watch it again on HBO
did watch,
Max.
Right, I did watch the first one. It was okay, but I was a kid then. I don't know if I'm super interested in this, but maybe I'll glance at it on the airplane.
I'm a big Bugs Bunny fan, but I'm a big fan of the originals, like from the 1950s and 60s, and that is my kind of Bugs Bunny. And when they seem to try to reboot it and do new ones, it just doesn't work for me.
Right.
But it doesn't mean you guys shouldn't watch it, especially if you're a basketball fan or if you're a LeBron James fan.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to take this last one? This is up your alley.
Super excited. I thought that I think the original date for its debut was today because I had it on my calendar, but it's coming out next Wednesday, July 21st. It's called Behind the Attraction. It's a new series, a 10-episode series on Disney+. This is where they go behind the scenes of your favorite Disney park attractions like Space Mountain and It's a Small World and Pirates of the Caribbean.
And this is not limited to just Disney World or Disneyland.
No, they also go to Paris and they go to Hong Kong and all over. So very excited about this. The first 5 episodes will stream on next Wednesday, July 21st. And then there's 5 more coming. I don't know when they're coming, but
I would assume weekly on Wednesday.
Yeah. Super excited about this show because
this looks fun.
I love to eat up all things Disney. So, and I love behind the scenes kind of things.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at Disney Plus, they produce some really, really great content, but I want to say 40% of it is just marketing material.
Yeah, no, they listen,
as it should be.
Listen, Disney is very, very, very smart in their self-promotion.
Right.
They know how to self-promote their own shit. Yeah.
And people love it, all the way from kids to adults. I mean, it's a thing.
No, they're the masters at it.
Yeah.
And it gets you wanting to pack up your family in the station wagon and go to Disneyland for the summer.
But I am excited to watch this. I love behind the scene stuff. You remember when there were a couple of the behind the scenes of The Mandalorian?
Yes,
that were really fun.
Those were super fun
to watch.
I love all this. I eat it up.
Yeah,
eat it up. I will be watching
this.
Great. We're going to be on vacation next week, but I will watch it as soon as we get home.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that is it, guys. That is our list for up next. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Binge Bump Podcast. If you like our show, be sure to rate us wherever you like to listen to your favorite podcast. Like I said, we are off to Las Vegas for next week, so we'll be back on July 30th. In the meantime, happy binging.
Yeah, let us know what your favorite shows are. Maybe we'll have you on the show someday.